everyone, this is day 2 of topic 2. We are working on arithmetic sequences. So I went ahead and put the definitions up above of what an arithmetic sequence is and what the common difference is. So let's talk about these. An arithmetic sequence is a sequence. It's a pattern. It's a group of numbers that have many terms or numbers part of this sequence in which the difference means subtract. Let me get some other colors here. So we have a bunch of different colors. So difference here, we're talking about subtracting. Okay, subtract. Between two consecutive, this means next to. Two numbers that are next to each other is constant, and constant means the same. Okay, so I've given you what a lot of these words mean. So it is a sequence, as you can see down here, it is a sequence of numbers in which you subtract two numbers that are next to each other, and we need to do it to see if they're the same every time we do it, okay? You'll see in just a minute. The common difference, this is D. We call it D. It's the number difference or the numerical difference, okay? That means when you subtract, you get a number between any two terms, okay? So let's see how that works. All right, so determine whether the sequences are arithmetic. That means, do we have a common difference? So let's figure this one out, okay? So we're subtracting. So it's 5. Let me make sure it works. There we go. 5 minus 1. 5 minus. This little loopy thing that I draw means minus. So in Desmos, you are going to say 5 minus 1, which is 4. Then you're going to say 9 minus 5, which is 4. And then we're going to do 13 minus 9 is 4. Do you see how these three numbers are all the same? This is called the common difference. D equals 4. Okay? All right, let's do it again. 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. Oh no, these are all not the same, so it does not have a common difference. It is not arithmetic. Okay? Now, I do want to talk about number 4. Be very careful putting this into Desmos. It is -8 minus -5. So it's -8 minus -5. Be careful. So this is -3. This is -11 minus -8, which gives you -3. This is not -11 minus 8. This little loopy thing means minus. Please do not forget it. -14 minus -11 is -3. So it is arithmetic. It does have a common difference, which is -3. Okay, so please make sure. All right, let's see if we can figure out. Given the arithmetic sequence, find the next 3 terms. Well, some of you will look at this and go, oh, we just added 4, so this is 25, and this is 29, and this is 33. And what you did is you determined your common difference is 4, because if you went backwards, you would have seen that you got 4. All right, so 2 minus 5 is -3. -1 minus 2 is -3. So we know that we are doing -3 each time. So -4 and -3 is -7, and then -10, and then -13. Okay, so you need to figure out what are we doing from one to the next. Now, I'm going to teach you an explicit rule or formula. Okay, it is an explicit, explicit rule or formula, and it is used to find the nth term. Nth just means any number, any term that I ask you to find. Now, the formula you're going to use is A sub n equals, sub means it's lower. It's not an, it's A sub n. That means I'm writing it little down below. A sub 1 plus D times n minus 1. Now, in order to use this formula, I'm going to highlight it. In order to use this formula, you only have to know two things. You have to know A sub 1. The 1 means first term. If I gave you A sub 3, that would be the third term. So you have to know the first term, and you have to know D, which is your common difference. That's what we just practiced up above. So those are the two things you must know. So for example, number 10, write the rule. The rule. That means we're using this formula. So you need to know two things. You need to know A sub 1, in this case, which is the first term, which is 7. And you need to know the D. So this is where we're subtracting. What is 13 minus 7 is 6. What is 19 minus 13 is 6. What is 25 minus 19 is 6. 6, 6, 6. D is 6. Once you know these two things, we can write this. A sub n equals A sub 1 is 7. D is positive D, so it's plus 6. Now, we leave n alone, n minus 1. Okay, we're writing a rule. The first thing you must do is distribute this 6 to both of these. So you have to distribute it twice. So 6 times n is 6n. It's a positive 6n. 6 times -1 is a -6. We haven't used the 7 yet, so I'm going to keep it there. Now you must ask, what can I put together? Well, I can put the 7 with the -6 to get 1 plus 6n. This is my rule. Now it also asked, can you find this term? This is the 19th term. So it goes where n is. So the 19th term equals 1. We're going to use our rule. 1 plus 6 times 19. Please put this in Desmo like it is. Do not add 1 plus 6 and do 7 times 19. In PEMDAS, we never add first. We multiply first, and then we add. So the answer to this is 115. All right, I'm going to do one more. So, two things you need to know to write the rule. It's also called an explicit rule. So we need the first term, which we know is 30, and we need to know what our D, or common difference. So 26 minus 30 is -4. 22 minus 26 is -4. 18 minus 22 is negative 4. So D is negative 4. Now we're going to write our rule. So it's 30. Now, D is, instead of positive D, we have a negative D. So this is negative 4. You also could write it like this. You won't see it this way, but you could. Times n minus 1. Remember, we must distribute. So negative 4 times n is negative 4n. Negative 4 times negative 1 is a positive 4. We didn't use the 30, so we're just going to bring it down. We're going to combine like terms, and 30 plus 4 is 34, and we bring this down, minus 4n. This is our rule. This is our rule. Okay, this is our rule. Now, we want to know the 19th term, so a sub 19 equals, the number 19 goes where n is, so it's 34 minus 4 times n. Oop, not an n. Not an n. We're going to erase the n, and we're going to put a 19 here. Now, if I was asked to find the 60th term, then the n would become a 60. Just depends on what they're asking for. All right, if we put this into our calculator just like this, we get negative 42. Okay? That is what we did in class today for day 1. So please, please, please practice, practice. So you could go ahead if you wanted to, or you could do the Delta Math activity, or you could practice problems 12 through 15. I will go over problem 16 tomorrow. Okay?